Muscle Car Corner here, talking to the owner of Nelly
Goins, Nitro
Goins, Nitro Nelly. And he owns this car. Wanted to get a quick synopsis of it. If you got just a moment. Just give me a quick synopsis of the car.
She raced the car from 71 to 75. It was last raced in 75. She wrecked it racing Cheryl Greer at Bristol, Tennessee, as a matter of fact.
Really?
And after that race, the original body was destroyed, and they parked it. And then when her husband passed away, she sold the car at a garage sale.
Oh, my God.
And then a guy bought it, and he couldn't do it, so I found out about it in 2006. We bought the car, not from the garage sale. It had been sitting outside for 30-something years.
Really?
So we put it all back together, and other than the body and the headers, the car is 100% original as last raced in 75.
The motor still same block, everything.
The motor, spark plug wires, the fire bottles still
That's
have the
crazy.
original charge. The tires, the oil in the oil filters is original oil. It's never been started since she shut it off in 75.
What, that motor, what year Hemi is that, do you know?
Well, it's...
Like a 68?
You know what? I never looked at the casting date, but it was one. There's no serial number stamp on it, so it was a fact. You know, it was a block they bought from Chrysler.
Okay, gotcha.
So
it was a blank.
They just went to Chrysler
block.
Parts Department and bought a 426 Hemi.
Sure,
Block
sure.
and heads, and I mean it's got a Keith Black crankshaft in it, some aluminum rods and all that, but the block is a factory block, and the heads are factory heads.
You know, this car is some history that people need to know about, you know.
Yeah,
and women in drag racing, I've been here since 72 coming, and, you know, Shirley Muldowney back in the day, what she had to go through to get where she went.
Yep.
And she was amazing. I saw all that transpire through those years.
Right.
And my hat's off to any woman who gets in a
So it was interesting
fuel
because
car.
we used to be friends with
Clean car,
Barbara
right.
Hamilton before she passed away, and I introduced Nellie and Barbara Hamilton, and they were exchanging stories about how when the NHRA took the women's license away, I think it was 68, because it was too dangerous for a woman to be in a car that was supercharged.
Really?
And Barbara Hamilton, Nellie, they had all lost their license because the NHRA took them away, and of course they got their license back.
Wow.
But to listen to those two talk about the story from 68, it was crazy just to hear the stories.
That's good stuff.
But yeah, this we just recently had the car in Michigan. It was at the U.S. Automotive Hall of Fame on display for almost a year.
I see you was inductee in
It's part
14.
of their African American history and women in automotive motorsports.
Really?
So they had it on display up there for almost a year.
That's neat.
So we just brought it home in October. So
It's history that needs to be seen.
it is absolutely.
You know, it needs to be out there.
When we're not showing it, it just sits in the garage covered up.
You know, I've seen pictures of this car on the internet. I got a YouTube channel, and you're going to be on it, so you're going to need to look at it and subscribe if you would.
Okay.
But, you know, I saw this car in pictures, and I had it up on some videos I had made, just iMovie videos, and, you know, I brought up about this and the history of it, and I wanted to put that out there. I think it's good stuff.
It's without the story, it's just a car.
It is.
You know, the story is what makes the car special.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
You know, Nellie, she gave us all of the paraphernalia she's got. So
Really?
I've got the original Polaroid black and white pictures of when the chassis was on the jig and she was being fit tested to it in February 1970.
Wow.
The original pictures.
There
was a picture they took for Ebony Magazine in 1971, black and white, 8x10. She gave me that original picture. When she went into the Hall of Fame in 2014, we had all the kids together, and they recreated the picture from 1971 as grown-ups.
That is
So it's
really
really cool
neat.
to have that as well.
Man, that's just great history. And NHRA needs to show more of these cars if they can.
They do. I mean,
women in racing, there's been quite a few of them.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Not in top fuel ranks.
Right,
but,
right. There's a lot more now.
Bunny Burkett. There's 2 or 3 different ones from back in the day.
Right,
you know,
right.
they were running. I don't think they were pro stock. They were super stock automatic cars.
Bunny Burkett, me and a buddy ran a top alcohol funny car, so we used to race Bunny Burkett all the time.
Really?
So she did run pro stock
Did
for
she?
a couple of years. Actually,
Okay.
I think there's a recreation of her car over there.
That little Pinto?
Yeah, the little
Okay,
Pinto.
I didn't know that.
She went on the Top Alcohol Funny Car, and she found a home in Top Alcohol Funny Car, and she raced there until she passed a few years ago. So she was an absolute sweetheart too.
That's neat.
She's fun to be around.
They should have got Muldowney here today. You know.
She comes down here quite a bit. I haven't seen her. I don't know if she's here this weekend or not.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see all these old cars out and people are fired up about it. You know.
Yeah.
I think it's great that Is this the first year they had this car show? Is it always
No,
like
it's
this?
here every year. We don't come out every year. We'll come out every 2 or 3 years because I don't want to overdo it.
Gotcha.
Like we'll have the car at the U.S. Nationals this year as well, so it'll be at Indianapolis up there.
Oh, nice.
So we do try to take it around a little bit, 3 or 4 times a year, not too much.
Have you had it down the track?
No, this engine. I mean, everything is original. So
It would have to all be gone through.
well, I've taken engine apart, and put it back together. It's just because it's all original. How many fuel cars from the 70s still have the original power plant?
That's crazy.
So I just leave it alone. Steve Gibbs told me a few years ago, he said, Rick, you got the most original car I've seen. He said, leave the damn thing alone.
Yeah.
So actually, we just came over from talking from Steve Gibbs a minute ago. And so I thought that was pretty good advice from Steve Gibbs.
Take it down the track and it launches a piston and you'd be like, oh, gosh.
It can only be original once. So
Yep.
because it's so original, we just leave it original. I don't need to start it. We have a dragster. If we want to hear noise, we start the dragster up. So,
Well, man, I sure appreciate the time. I'm going to go around and show the information board over there
if you
on
want to step in there and
and
take pictures, go ahead. Just step over and take
gotcha. It's good stuff. I just love it, man. I sure appreciate your time.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you so much. Original Hemi from 70. What a great story on this car. Just amazing.